In this video, I'm going to show you one of the best ways to hunt for shiny Pokemon in the wild in the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games. This method lets you increase your odds of finding a shiny Pokemon without having to complete the game, without having to complete your Pokedex, or any of that stuff. Although if you do those things too, it will probably help even more. We all want more shiny Pokemon, right? And this method definitely works. Ah! There it is! There it fucking is! Oh my god! It happened! It happened! Shiny, shiny, shiny! Super quickly though, before we get into the shiny hunting method itself, I just want to let new people know on the channel, old people know on the channel, we are still playing Pokemon, hunting for shinies, on live streams. However, we're now doing it over on Twitch. Don't ask why, that's just what we're doing, okay? So come over. So, onto the shiny Pokemon. I've heard this method being called various things, whether it be called the mass outbreak method, the picnic reset method. I like to call it, let's have a shiny picnic, because I'm kind of cute like that, right? But whatever you call it, the first thing you need to do is find a mass outbreak on the map in your Pokemon game. Mass outbreaks are denoted by a little flashing skull symbol on the map. It will show either around a Pokemon on the map, and that's the Pokemon that you will find there, or it will show as a question mark if you have never encountered the Pokemon before that is in the mass outbreak. And the next step is easy. Go to that place on the map. Well, should be easy, unless you're like me and can't find your way around the map because it seems hard to find your way around the map. Anyway, once you're there, a little message will appear in the top right corner of your screen saying that there is a mass outbreak occurring, or words to that effect. At this point, you can start knocking out Pokemon, which will increase your shiny odds up to a total of 60 knockouts. 30 knockouts brings your odds down from 1 in 4,096 to 1 in 2,048, while 60 knockouts brings it down even further to 1 in 3,065. If you have the shiny charm on top of that, those numbers become 1 in 1,024 for 30, or 1 in 819 for 60. Be careful though, because if you knock out too many Pokemon, the mass outbreak will end and there'll be no more Pokemons left for you to hunt for shinies. They say that a mass outbreak contains between 60 and 100 Pokemon, so kill the 60. I do 61, 62 just to be sure I haven't counted it wrong. But then after that, you need a way to reset those remaining Pokemon spawns without knocking them out and ending the mass outbreak. And that is where the picnic table comes into play, right? As you can see, starting a picnic in the game makes all the Pokemon that are wild around you disappear. And it does that without knocking them out. When you close the picnic again, a whole new bunch of the outbreak Pokemon will appear around you for you to try and find a shiny. So as shiny Pokemon appear as shiny Pokemon in the overworld in this game, all you need to do is run around, look at all the Pokemon, see if there's any shinies, which is sometimes easy to spot, sometimes not so much, right? But if they're not shiny, all you need to do is then open another picnic, make all the Pokemon disappear, close your picnic, and a whole new bunch of that same Pokemon will appear around you, and you just do it again. Now this could take some time because ultimately it's still random, right? It could go for a while. I've seen people do it in 30 minutes, I've seen people do it in 3 hours, 4 hours. But it's definitely much more effective than just hunting the same Pokemon randomly wild without doing this first. And if you keep doing that over and over again, eventually you should be lucky enough for something like this to happen. Hey. It's there! It's there! There it is! There it actually is! Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Oh my god! We found it! We found it! We found it! How do I choose a Pokeball? How do I... We found it! Look at that! It's even shining in the light! Yeah, boy! Shiny! Shiny! Exclamation mark shiny! Make them lights flash, people! I want a luxury ball. I want a luxury ball. Luxury ball for my shiny. Yes, people, yes! And that's exciting, right? That's exactly what we want. Now, there's a couple things to remember. Don't forget that mass outbreaks reset every single night at midnight. So, if you start a hunt at 11:30 p.m. and they all disappear within 30 minutes, that's why. It's based off the time on your Nintendo Switch. So whatever your time is set to, midnight your time is when they will reset. That also means though that you can manipulate it by changing the time on your Switch and things like that. And if you want to reset the mass outbreaks, you can skip ahead a day and the Pokemon will change to different Pokemon. So if you're looking for a certain type of Pokemon to hunt in a mass outbreak, technically you can keep resetting the mass outbreaks by changing the date and hopefully find the Pokemon you're looking for. But bear in mind, that could take just as long as hunting for a shiny, because again, it's random. Finally though, before I go, there's a bonus tip for you, and that is if a shiny Pokemon does appear in front of you, don't do what I do and ignore my own advice. Save the game before you encounter the Pokemon. The very worst thing that can happen when you find a shiny is that it runs away and you lose it, right? That's happened to me twice before with Chansey. I hate Chansey, and if I ever see a shiny Chansey again, I will just panic. But save the game before you encounter the shiny. That way, if it runs away, you can close your game, reopen your game, and you'll be stood there with a shiny Pokemon right in front of you to try again. So I hope that helps you all, and I'd love to hear about any shinies you've caught with this method or any other method down in the comments below. Really would love to hear about it. And until the next video, I'll probably be over on Twitch hunting for shinies, right? But whether I see you there or whether I see you again here in the future, I'm out of here for now, people. I'll catch you all real soon. Until then, peace.